What is up, everybody? I'm back. It is Tombstone Terror Haunts with another video. Back from the dead. Back from what is it now? Fucking year since I've last uploaded a video. Who knows? Um, yeah. I don't know if I'll make any other videos, but seeing that Spirit Halloween has released or almost released their entire 2025 lineup, I figure why not do a tier list video on it? I did one last year. I think it was a little bit too long for, in my opinion. So I'm gonna try and keep it as concise as possible for this video. Um, so yeah, let's just go ahead and start ranking all these props. 2025 has been quite a trivial year in the Haunter community. Uh, really has displayed some of the ugly aspects of this community and why I'm not really a fan of sticking around for it much longer, to be all honest. Maybe I'll go into a rant towards the end of the video about that later on, but for now, I'm going to talk about these props. Um, I will try my best not to consider price into my rankings. I will talk about it because I feel like I'm kind of obligated to. But I'm gonna try my best to not let it interfere with the placement of these animatronics in the list. All right. So let's get started. The electrified corpse has made his return, and I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited about his return. Oh, here's the thing. Yes, he is less gory, but that's not the biggest issue to me, honestly. Like it's electrified corpse. You can tell that he is electrified corpse. Um, you see, when he was returning, like he's one that I've always wanted to return, but now that he is back, I'm just like, I don't know if I really want him anymore. So, and yeah, I don't think I will ever end up getting him. Maybe if he's on sale. Well, to be fair, I don't know if I'm going to get any animatronics this year because unfortunately I am going off to college. Not unfortunately, but for haunting purposes, it's unfortunate. Um, well, yeah, because I'm moving away. Duh. Electrified Corpse. I don't know if I should give him an A or a B tier because I really liked him back then. I still do like him quite a bit. I'll put him in A for now. He might move down to a B later on, though. Let's see. All right. Now here's where my mood just starts to take a very sharp downward spiral. This fucking thing right here pisses me off so much. I'm just gonna put him in F tier right now. When I heard that they were gonna make an owl animatronic, you have no idea how excited I was at this idea. Because a little known fact about me, I love owls. Owls are my favorite bird. As a matter of fact, my screensaver is a snowy owl. That's how much I love these things. They're so cool. They're such cool creatures, and there's so much, like, I don't know. They're so cool. All right, just go down an owl rabbit hole. I really do encourage it. This thing, on the other hand, like, oh my god, is it hideous, and not in a good way. Like, I think, in my opinion, barn owls. Look up a barn owl if you haven't. Here, you know what? I'm gonna look it up right now. Barn owls are some of the creepier owls, in my opinion, especially in the dark. Like these things can get pretty horrifying. Even the baby ones are pretty ugly. Oh yeah, here's a yeah. Those things chopped to say the least. um, there's so many better directions that they could have taken an owl animatronic, and this prop just is the wrong directions across the board. The face, like, barely looks like an owl. If it's supposed to, if I feel like it's supposed to be like a skull of an owl, but it fails on such a high regard. Why does it have the tufts as a part of the skull? Owls have giant holes in the sides of their head as their ears, and they're misaligned. They could not. They could have just done something cool with the holes in the head. Like, oh my god. and the wings are just creepy cloth over some cheap flimsy wire, and the body is like, I feel like it's different colors from like the face and the feet. The feet look okay, I'll give it that. Um, one of the audio tracks is from a barn owl, the very high pitched screeching noise, but the second one I have no idea what kind of bird they used to record that. It's definitely not no owl. But I really wish they did an owl that was like eating something, like eating like a pile of guts or something cool like that. But no, they just did whatever the fuck this shit is. This is my least favorite prop of the year for Spirit. Period. And $250, I'm sorry, that is the worst price prop out of this entire list. I fucking hate Night Owl. Alright, rant aside. Valak Nun. She's pretty good. B tier. In terms of, okay, so I'm not. I've watched, I think, like the first Conjuring movie, but outside of that, I haven't watched any of those movies in that universe, and I didn't even know the Nun was a part of that. I'll be honest with you, but I'm glad to see that she does exist. Her face is very good, way better than any of the other ones we've gotten from the one, I think, from Hollywood Costumes this year that they released, and the Morbid one. That one's ugly as hell. This one looks good. Jump scare could definitely use some refining. Not gonna lie. Um, it's definitely a cool mechanism. I'm just very concerned about how it's gonna hold up over time. And it's a Woyu prop, and those, eh, their quality is kind of a little shaky around the edges. But you know, she's a decent prop. I respect her. Mutant Sewer Rat. Now I started, I liked him a lot at first. He was projected to be one of my favorites of the year, but now he's just kind of like, eh. I mean, yeah, it's pretty true to the name. It is a mutant sewer rat at the end of the day. The problem with Spirit, sometimes, not all the time, but I feel like the clothing is lacking a lot of key detail. Like with this prop in particular, it's just brown fabric with green creepy cloth on it. See, for a rat, I feel like there should be some more added details in there, like a fur coat with like some scabs in it or something like that. And it's kind of a theme that I've seen with some animatronic from Spirit, where their clothing is just, it's just lacking a lot of detail. And now there is another prop in this list that also applies to, and my mouse is over it currently. um, I do like the face on Mewtwo Rat a lot, so yeah, he's good. B tier. All right, Silent and Deadly. Now, do I really even need to explain why? I mean, easily, maybe my favorite clown prop ever made. Just so creepy, so cool, and the fact that they brought him back like almost identical despite being made by a different company is very amazing, and I really do appreciate that. Even to the base, I really enjoy that detail a lot. um I really do want to get him. Like, I think out of all the animatronics this year from Spirit, at least, I don't know if I really want anything else from anywhere. I really want him, but I don't know if I will get him because I'm going to college and I'm running out of time to get him. So we will see about that. But yeah, Silence Deadly, he's awesome. Two Faced Teddy seems to be a lot of people's least favorite animatronic this year. I don't I don't necessarily hate him like a lot of other people do. I don't think he's that bad. Like, there has been a lot worse, like Tombstone Terror, or what's another? Betty Sharp, Young Crouchy. Damn, less than only 2022 props. Yeah, Two Face Teddy. I mean, 130. I mean, it's okay. I actually do quite like the face on, even though it is just poor George's face. It's a different paint job. I'm pretty sure, at least. And the clothing seems like it's decently nice quality. I don't know. I don't really hate him. He's just kind of meh. But like, I would never get him. Young He. Now this thing, I was quite impressed. you know? Alright, I should preface by saying that Younghee has still not been officially released yet, but however, I've seen it in the That Night Guy on YouTube's video of the flagship recently. I was very impressed. I'm very happy that she comes in both Korean and English audio. I thought they were gonna like cop out for the American public and choose the English version, which then in that case I would have liked it a lot less because I think Squid Game in English is it doesn't sound right to me. I can't really explain it, but I'm very happy it comes in both options. Um, I mean, in terms of accuracy, I mean, I think they knocked it out of the park with this one. Easily one of the most screen accurate props that we've seen in a very long time. Maybe behind Emily and Victor because they were very accurate as well. And it is to be expected with such a simple prop like this, but you know, the head movement is very nice. I like the height because it matches the character. The eye movement is very good. A very good prop. I heard she's gonna be ridiculously expensive, but honestly, I've come to expect it at this point. All right, Twisted Granny. Hmm. You know, she really could have been one of my favorites of the year, but that face just is hideous and not in a really good way. I don't know why they gave her the puppet mouth. They should have done vinyl, and her skin tone should have been a little bit more pale, like a granny, not necessarily like a zombie. Like I would have much rather preferred like a possessed grandma look instead of like a zombified one. Um, I really like the animation and everything. It's just that face just really brings it down for me. Backbend Bonnie. I'll give her an 8 here. Very nice prop. Very creepy. Very, very creepy. The audio is very creepy. The slow animation, I actually quite like the slow animation as opposed to Broken Spine Girl, who has a faster one. I think having both options is definitely, pretty nice. I like her clothing a lot. The paint job could definitely use some work. I think that's why she's not quite an S tier for me. Um, but yeah, I like Backbend Bonnie. Monkey Business. I think this is essentially the Cotton Candy Dan of the year, in which everybody seems to love him a lot. The clown that everyone seems to love a lot, and for me and a few others, I don't really like him. I mean, yeah, he's cool, but the monkey head, I don't know. I don't like it being all plastic. I wish there was some fur and some different materials being incorporated. And it seems like it's a very effective jump scare. And I don't know. He's not doing it for me. Just like Cotton Candy Dan. Everyone seems to love these two, but for whatever reason, I just do not like them that much. And the prices kind of atrocious. I'm pretty sure him and Cotton Candy Dan were the same price, so yeah, that'll explain it. Sinister Strawman. Pretty good Mr. Dark Reskin. Not as good as Hellspawn, in my opinion. Well, okay. I'm teetering between A and B. I'm gonna put him in A for now. I mean, I like his face. I like his hands, the detail work with his upper torso area and the creepy cloth and the rope is very nice. Strange color choice for the whole cloak, though, I must say. But I guess it suits him pretty well. Yeah, I don't really have that much to say about him. I mean, the Mr. Dark reskins, they're getting a little bit old, but I think we're going to get used to them appearing every year. So, yeah. Crypt Countess. Now, I have the same complaints that I do Sewer Rat with her, with the clothing being kind of bland and kind of cheap looking. I don't know. I'm gonna go C because the animation. I do really like the animation. I think it's quite ambitious, but yet it seems to be simple enough to where it's gonna be like last a while. As SVI always seems to make animations that last quite a long time. But yeah, again, the face just wasn't really doing it for me. The character is kind of bland. I feel like I've seen this prop before, but like I really cannot put my finger on it. It looks so familiar. But yeah, Cryptianus, she's kind of meh, in my opinion. Trick or Treat Pete. I really like Trick or Treat Pete. A lot of people don't like him for whatever reason. I really like just his face. I really like his face. I feel like it's a nice sculpt, nice paint job. His clothing, I love colorful clowns. I really like clowns that incorporate a lot of colors. Obviously, Silent Deadly kind of contradicts that point, but he's a more creepy clown. For a goofy clown, I want there to be a lot of colors, and Trick or Treat Pete is definitely a very goofy clown, and I really do appreciate that a lot. In the candy dispenser, it's a nice feature on him. The Bluetooth, I'm not too sure why he's got Bluetooth, but hey, you know what? I'm not complaining. I mean, if I want to play some Black Sabbath or Queen on my Trick or Treat Pete, I have every right to do so. So yeah. Trixie. I really liked this prop when it first came out, but now I really don't like it. After seeing how she's built, what the hell were they thinking with that tiny thin little rope controlling such fast animation? Yeah, I do not know about this one. And a lot of people are bringing up the fact that there could have been such a grotesque looking face underneath the skeleton mask, excuse me. Um, and yeah, just definitely a missed opportunity for something really cool and creepy. And it's just kind of, yeah, a crazy create little girl prop. And they really need to stop making little girl props because they have not done one right so far. I mean, crazy create. They got mommy's favorite Betty Sharp. This thing. I think they gotta redirect their resources to other things. Uh, Santa art. Yeah, F. Very lazy. The face somehow looks worse than last year's. The eyes, I swear the eyes are a different color. I have no idea why. Why is it $70 more? This one is one that the price really brings it down because there's really should be no reason why it's $70 more. Maybe $10 to $20 more at the most. But yeah, Santa art, just a lazy cash grab on Spirit's part. Lantern Keeper, definitely giving off major Home Depot vibes. Um, see, this is tough. I don't know. B might be a hot take because a lot of people seem to really like Lantern Keeper, but I don't know. He's just not one that I'm really gravitating towards. Maybe it's because of the fact that he is Panage Creations. Panage Creations have a certain look to them, if you know what I mean, and he has that look. Not that it's bad. I really can't pinpoint my finger of like what's not doing it for me for this character. In the video, his arm animation looked a little off, but I'm assuming it's just because it was posed incorrectly, so I'm not going to blame that too much on Lantern Keeper. I feel like he's one that I gotta see in person to really get a full understanding of how I feel about him. The Sam. Why did they make a new Sam? I'm not too sure. He's pretty cool. Um, he would be an A tier, but his quality looks like absolutely atrocious. I don't know why YJ is cheaping out lately. I mean, they've been cheaping out. They cheaped out on Jack Max Straw and Art the Clown last year with their motors in their heads always breaking and shit. And this thing's got like PVC piping for bass and yeah, I don't even know. Definitely a cool. I don't know which one I prefer, the 2019 Sam or this one. I mean, they both got their cool features and their flaws. They're both made by YJ, so that's why they got flaws. Modern YJ, that is. I would say I like this one a little bit better, just because I really like the head tilting. I feel like it suits Sam well. Um, yeah, not much to say about him. Bullseye, very polarizing character. Um. Uh. eh, yeah. I guess so. Yeah. He seems reasonable in C tier. It's just like I do like his face. I really like the look of his face. Like I feel like it's definitely a nice sculpt, and I like the purple hair. Even though I don't really gravitate towards purple haired clowns, I much more prefer green haired clowns. Um, but yeah, I feel like he could have. See, it's hard for me to explain like what about these props doesn't quite do it for me. I feel like, see, when I first watched this video, I thought he had a moving eye, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But no, he does not have a moving eye. So even though that's a small detail, even though I feel like a lot of people, all right, I'm just gonna move on because I'm not really getting anywhere with Bullseye. I'll just keep him in C tier. Grave Dancer. Ugh. Yeah, pretty ugly. Not. Uh, See, the animation kind of is a little bit weird. For All right, so just imagine this: you're walking in the graveyard, you see this doll, and it is balancing on one foot on a cross tombstone. Like, see the thought of that like occurring, because like I try to picture these things like in an actual scary scenario, and this one just is not really doing it. Like it is balancing like it's a circus act on one leg on a tombstone. That doesn't really work for me. I'm sorry. And like the doll doesn't look horrible, but I don't know, the animation just kind of ruins it for me. Headcase Harry, another polarizing character. Some say it's SVI clown slop, others say it's a really good clown. I think it's an alright clown. I really do. His face is, when you look at it for a while, it does get a little bit disturbing. I won't admit, like when faces just don't quite look right, when it's just it skeeves me out. All right. In terms of the two-headed clown, I think Two Scoops did a much better job of achieving that mission. But Headcase Harry, he's definitely not bad. Could have been a lot better though. Fire Demon. Hmm. Do I put him in S or A? Because I really do like him. But every time he activates, I get scared that he's gonna break. Like, alright, hold on. Like, please tell me if you agree with this. But whenever he activates, like, I just get scared shitless that he's just gonna break down. Because, like, I imagine that head is very, very heavy. Because it is hard plastic with the skull is hard plastic with two giant horns coming off of it, and it is also supporting the weight of two gigantic arms with a whole bunch of fabric hanging off of it. Like there's no way that mechanism is holding up. And from the pictures of the instructions that I've seen, it looks like a very cheaply put together mechanism. So like, I don't know. I really do like him though. I really like his design. You know what? I'm gonna put him in S tier. I don't know. All right, I'll keep him in A tier because the quality. If his quality was a lot better, I would put him in S tier because then I would actually consider getting him because I really do want him, but I'm not gonna get him because I'm scared that he's gonna break. End of story. Jack the Reaper. Oh, Jack the Reaper. Yeah, I mean, easily the best animatronic besides Silent Intelli of 2025. The only one in SOAR that I want is Jack the Reaper. And let me tell you, I got a funny story. I was working when his videos started to come out. People were trying to upload them. I literally pulled over because I deliver for my work. I pulled over to watch the video. I was so scared of what the voice was going to be. I was scared that it was going to be some sort of goofy or just out of pocket voice. But it's a pretty good voice. Could it have been like a little bit deeper, a little bit more like darker sounding? Yes, of course it could have been, but I think they made the right choice in playing it a little bit safe, especially for their mascot. That is. Um, and yeah, Jack the Reaper is definitely a very cool. The motion tracking seems to be much better than this on Nibbles. I can't stand Nibbles at this point. So yeah, I'm very happy with this Jack the Reaper animatronic. After all these years, we finally got one. And yeah, that is my tier list for 2025. A very, very polarizing and trivial year for Spirit Halloween. Definitely. See, I don't know how much, like, better they could have been, like, with these tariffs. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not quite buying the fact that tariffs is a reason for all these price increases, for all these problems with, like, getting props out. Because I really don't believe it. Because they should have had the stuff, like, already prepared prior to these tariffs getting enforced. So, but that's a topic for a different video. So yeah, 2025 tier list. I guess I'm back. I don't know if I'll make another video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed.